Drinking water this week has been a struggle. I am not trying to be perfect. All I'm trying to do is create the environment in which I can succeed. I'm too busy to figure out water. I'm not taking a moment to go and quench my thirst. So once that moment passes, I go to the pantry and I'm looking for something to eat. Today I made me some tuna fish and I'm thinking, okay, so I must be hungry. And after I finish eating, it's like something is missing. I have untrained my brain to recognize my signals. It's still telling me that I'm hungry. And I'm like, I just finished eating. I can't still be hungry. And then it dawned on me, water. Once I had my water, it made me feel so much better. So throughout the day, when I start feeling like I needed some snack or whatever, I said, okay, we'll try the water first. And it wasn't perfect. It wasn't every time. There were some times that I did find myself in the pantry and I'm thinking to myself, okay, so you really don't really want this snack, but you're eating it. Why? Because you're thirsty. And even when I'm thinking about drinking water and then waiting 15 minutes before I eat a snack, that's hard to do. I don't even remember. I drink the water and then I go straight to the chips. So what I'm trying to figure out is what can I do to make sure that I am getting enough water? And I gotta make it easier for myself. I'm gonna try 3 things. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sip water. While I'm at work during an office meeting, I'll always have water at my desk. But during that meeting, I'm going to intentionally sip water and try to finish 8 ounces during the 30 minutes or an hour of that meeting. Another thing I'm going to implement is drinking while driving. Now, I run a lot of errands and it sometimes is very hot here and I have no water with me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a bottle of water with me and I'm gonna sip on it while I'm out. And I'm hoping to finish that bottle of water by the time I return home. The third thing I'm gonna implement is flavored water. So I like to make these cucumber boats. And I cut my cucumbers up in half and I usually put the seeds inside of my tuna fish. Well, this time I'm going to dump the seeds into my water. Now, this is a lot of seeds. I don't want you to put all of these seeds in here. This is just a demo. But what you want to do is put these seeds, the cucumber seeds, into a large pitcher. I don't have another pitcher, so I'm using a glass, and let it diffuse. And you want to make sure you get all the seeds out, because it's going to float to the top. So you want to just kind of get your spoon and scrape all the seeds off from the top of the water and then pour your glass. Or if you have a dispenser, you can just use it that way. That's much easier. This tuna fish recipe is my favorite. What I do is I boil eggs. You can use pickles if you want to. I use sandwich spread. It has the pickles in it. Put the tuna fish in the bowl, cut up my eggs, slice them up real nicely, and then I add a tablespoon or a teaspoon of sandwich spread. It depends on how much tuna fish you have and how many servings you're making. I add that to the mixture, mix it in, and then I stuff the boat with the tuna fish, and it is delicious. I'm telling you, it is the best. You can season it with salt, pepper. Some people like to put sugar, but I don't put any sugar in mine. The sandwich spread has enough. And I would probably eat only one of these boats, and then I'll wrap up the other one and eat it the next day. Because this is just a quick snack for me. The other flavor I like to use is mint. I love mint tea, and I don't often do mint water, but I remember I love mint water. So what I'm going to do is take a handful of mint water. These have already been washed. So you want to make sure that your mints are clean. I'm adding filtered water to this glass jar, and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. It's going to be so delicious and refreshing. So another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to have this rule. I really do hate rules because rules are so restricted. But I think what I'm going to try to do is just not going to intake anything until I first have my water, and then wait 5 to 10 minutes and then have my food. So another thing is I know I was supposed to wake up in the morning and drink 16 ounces of water. That has not happened. So how can I make that happen? So I'm really gonna have to focus on how I'm feeling. So if I'm feeling sluggish or I'm having these cravings, if I'm not focusing, those are the signs that accompany with dehydration. The most important thing to do right now is to create the environment as I'm building upon my habits. So I'm not trying to do everything at one time. You know, when you go on a diet, it's like, okay, cold turkey, I'm not gonna have any more cake. I think for me, that's how I feel all the time, is because I'm just like eliminating everything at one time. And then I'm going out there running, jogging, sweating, and I don't have enough sleep. I'm easing my way into this, and I'm going to see what happens. I really do believe if you really take your time and build upon your habits, changing your habits, and they don't have to be perfect. My habits are not perfect. What I'm doing is not perfect. I don't do it every day, but I'm going to start creating these habits so that eventually, maybe in 6 months, 3 months, a month, it'll be natural. It'll come natural. I don't want to accomplish something that's so fast. I have time. I have time to do this the right way. I could be healthy and I can be smart about it. And it could be something that's long lasting. But I'm planning to share information on Tuesdays, and on Saturdays, I'm going to recap and tell you how I'm doing, and just be real.